This is Hino's Sport, bringing you that heat and that fire. We keeping the foot on the what? On the next. We keeping the foot on the what? On the next. And like the Tibetan Mastiff that I am, I'm applying what? Unlimited pressure. Because pressure does what? It bursts pipes. Running it back again, man. I love running backs, dog. Running backs is too easy for me. Let me say it again. We running this thing back again, dog. I love running backs. Running backs too easy for me. Who's getting rolled out on the red carpet? Tyson, damn, cheating ass Fury. Let me say it again. Tyson, damn, cheating ass Fury. So hear me. Wow, let this marinate in the corpus callosum and in the cerebellum, dog. Let this damn thing marinate in the medulla oblongata. Listen, man. Tyson Fury is not what you guys thought that he was. He's not a great white hope. We've been trying to expose this guy, and we've been doing a hellified job of applying what? Unlimited pressure. Because pressure does what? It bursts his pipes. We're going to roll the red carpet out on his cheating ass. Another sparring partner has come out and said that Tyson Fury doesn't use padding. How many people have to come out and say this? How many people have to say this, you classic dolts and you troglodytes? You Rudy Poo and you plum brains. You ultra fanboys with the ultra fanboy rhetoric. Let me say it again. You classic dolts and you troglodytes. You Rudy Poo and you plum brains. You ultra fanboys with the ultra fanboy rhetoric. How many times? Another sparring partner came out. So these guys are just coming out because they done pooped upside their ass. Let me say it again. They done pooped upside their ass, or they're coming out and giving you cold-hearted, unadulterated, cutthroat truth teller fashion. What is the ultimate truth teller on YouTube always told you guys? The truth hurts, but it will set you free, and the truth will always have its day. Let me say it again. The truth hurts, but the truth will set you free, and the truth will always have its day. And boy, is it having its day. How many people have to come out and roll the red carpet out on cold-hearted, unadulterated, cutthroat truth teller fashion for you guys to get it? Or we're going to say, let's just keep it boxing. Let me say it again. Let's just keep it boxing. Or they really not keeping it boxing and they're being reverse biased, aka panders, aka detractors, i.e. coons, Uncle Toms, and racist motherfuckers. And they just want to see one side of the equation. They just want to eat their cake and have it too. Let me say it again. They just want to see one side of the equation and eat their cake and have it too. Because that's what it is. Tyson Fury went on the Ring Magazine pound for pound top 10 list. And where was the reverse bias, aka detractors, aka panders? They were the ones that were telling you heavyweights don't belong on the Ring Magazine pound for pound list. I disagree with that. I believe heavyweights do belong on that. But their argument was always, because there's no weight class. So if ultra fanboys with the ultra fanboy rhetoric are saying there's no weight class, so they don't belong on the pound for pound Ring Magazine list, the top 10. So since they don't belong on it, then we need to get them off of it. And if that's the case, then why the hell is Tyson Fury on it? You see what I'm saying? Ultra fanboys with the ultra fanboy rhetoric. He shouldn't even be on the list because you guys said Deontay Wilder didn't belong on the list. Let me say it again. He shouldn't be on the list because you guys said Deontay Wilder don't belong on the list. So keep that same energy, dog. Let me say it again. Keeps that same energy. Here's the cold-hearted, the unadulterated, and the cutthroat truth teller fashion. Tyson Fury is getting exposed more and more by people that are sparring with him, people that are around him. See, this makes sense. Wow, on nearly 30 minutes was basically taken off of live footage in the locker room. A lot was going on. It makes sense why there was a spiked water jug. A lot was going on. And why in the post press conference he said, don't bring that spiked water jug near me. We already know where that shit came from. How did he know that? Wasn't he in an arduous fight? Let me say it again. How did he know that? Wasn't he in an arduous fight? You classic dolts and you troglodytes. You Rudy Poo and you plum brains. You ultra fanboys with the ultra fanboy rhetoric. You have to see the script that was lined up and rolled out in the red carpet for your asses. But y'all don't want to see this for what it is because you guys don't want to believe in the cold-hearted, the unadulterated, and the cutthroat truth-telling fashion of what we call truth-telling. You don't want to see this for what it is, but you have to. Tyson Fury cheated. Once a cheater, always a cheater. Let me say it again. Tyson Fury cheated. Once a cheater, always a cheater. He cheated in the Otto Wallin fight. He cheated in the Tom Schwartz fight. He cheated both of Deontay Wilder fights. I mean, come on. How many times do we have to get this guy? And he's cheated prior to those fights. How many sparring partners have to come out? Because you guys don't trust anything that Deontay Wilder, Marcellus Wilder, or the doctor had to say about Tyson Fury. A doctor now, an independent medical professional that basically has to do a sworn Hippocratic oath. You guys don't even believe that. So what the fuck do you guys believe? Because you guys are sitting here in reverse bias, aka detractor, aka panderer mode, saying we're going to hold on to it. Here's the thing. When Deontay Wilder did his thing in the ring, none of this happened. Notice with Tyson Fury, a pillow-fisted puncher all of a sudden has power overnight, and he's able to dent a human being's skull. Let me say it again. A pillow-fisted puncher all of a sudden has the power to dent a human being's skull. And then his manager running away from international law enforcement. Woo! This shit keeps getting better, dog. Let me say it again. His manager is running away from international law enforcement. When we roll this thing out on the red carpet, dog, and we Sukuyumi your asses with the cold-hearted, the unadulterated, and the cutthroat two-tailed fashion, you guys can't sit here and say, damn, with all of this compelling evidence against this man, I am a dodo head. I am a brain full of mush and a brainwashed, thereby dodo head if I don't accept the cold-hearted, unadulterated, and cutthroat two-tailed fashion, i.e. a Hino support that's rendering to me via what? Keeping the foot on the what? On the X. Keeping the foot on the what? On the X. In that heat and that fire style. If you get in that, so why aren't you taking it? Because these are things that can be verified. Like Catwoman said in Batman, shit sticks. The stuff that you do sticks. It's quantified and it can be verified. Let me say it again. The shit that you do sticks. She said that shit in Dark Knight Rises. Everything that you do sticks. It's quantified and calculated. It can't go away. And what can't go away is the fact that Tyson Fury cheated. He's a cheater, y'all. Do your research and stop following reverse bias, aka detractors, aka panders, i.e. coons, Uncle Toms, and racists. And follow what is called using the true boxing eye test to see things for what they are. You can't have all of this compelling, overwhelming evidence and say we're going to brush it to the side. Because if that's the case, then guess what? You're not keeping it boxing. Just like you say. Remember, you're being a one-trick archaic pony and saying, let's just keep it boxing. Let's just keep it boxing. And if you're not even doing that, then what relevancy do you even have? Because Hino Sport told you that boxing is not a one-trick pony archaic viewpoint of let's just keep it boxing. Let's just keep it boxing. It's a three-pronged monster of economics, politics, and pugilism. And if you look at the Wilder and Fury written all over it from what Bob Arum and Frank Warren told you, that before the very first punch was thrown in the very first fight, that they were going to have a trilogy. How the heck did they knew that? That's equivalent with Canelo Alvarez being called a 4-time champion in 4 weight classes on a Jumbotron before the Sergey Kovalev fight even happened. Let me say that again. Y'all didn't catch that, dog, because that was deep and profound. Hear me and hear me. Well, boxing is a dog sport, y'all. It's a three-pronged monster: economics, politics, and pugilism. Just like Bob Arum and Frank Warren told you before the very first punch was thrown in the very first fight, that it was going to be a trilogy. How the fuck did they know this? Unless they wrote a script out on how things were going to play out. You see, your brain full of mush and you brainwashed dodo heads. It's the same as Canelo Alvarez. Why the hell in the Jumbotron would you have 4 division champion in 4 weight classes? I done deduced this bullshit in a video. I put it in the live stream when I did video editing on an actual video, and I showed you guys this shit. 4 weight time, 4 champion in 4 weight classes on a fucking Jumbotron before the Sergey Kovalev fight happened. That's a script right there. That's the dark sport variation of boxing. That's the corruption associated with boxing. You boxing fans have a responsibility and you have an accountability. And Hino Sport is going to hold your ass accountable and put the proverbial foot on your what? On your necks. Hino Sport is going to hold you accountable and hold you liable now. And Hino Sport is going to put the proverbial foot on your what? On your necks. Because you have a responsibility to say what? Tyson Fury has too many compelling evidence associated against him. This is ridiculous. We have to look into this deeper. And we have to say, if this guy's really what we say he is, a cheater, then he needs to be disqualified, i.e. he didn't win the WBC belt, the heavyweight variation. And then he needs to get his boxing license suspended until pending further investigation. Now, that's the cold-hearted, the unadulterated, and the cutthroat truth-telling fashion. I keeps the foot on the what? On the next. I keeps the foot on the what? On the next. This is He Knows the Sport.